Good evening, and welcome to the Great Debate. I'm Sheila Reel. Let's dive right into the discussion. Tonight's question: should the United States continue to support the Ukrainian war? Or should the US just fight Russia outright? We have two powerhouse debaters in the ring tonight, each ready to defend their stance with facts and passion. So, let's get ready to debate. Debater 1. The floor is yours.
The U.S. has no business funding a never-ending war in Ukraine and should either disengage entirely or step in directly to end it, swiftly. The proxy war is draining U.S. resources. The U.S. has dumped billions into Ukraine with no end in sight. Meanwhile, infrastructure crumbles, crime skyrockets, and homelessness festers at home. Shouldn't America take care of its own before writing blank checks for another country's war? 2. Ukraine is a corrupt black hole. Let's be honest, Ukraine isn't some beacon of democracy, it's rife with corruption. Weapons and aid have vanished, and no one's held accountable. Why should US taxpayers foot the bill for oligarchs? If Russia is that big of a threat, why not handle it ourselves? If Russia is supposedly the next Nazi Germany, why keep playing this slow, painful game? Either go in, crush the Russian military, and set an example, or stop pretending this war is a world-ending crisis. The half-measure approach just prolongs suffering. Risk of escalation is increasing anyway. Supplying Ukraine with weapons already has the US in a de facto war with Russia. If escalation is inevitable, why wait for Putin to make the first move? Strike first, strike hard, and control the battlefield. Lastly, diplomacy could be the smarter option. Instead of fueling endless war, why not push for a peace deal? The US could leverage its power to force a settlement, save lives, and avoid an economic catastrophe. This isn't about winning, but about ending the destruction before it spirals out of control. Either fully commit to winning, i.e., direct military intervention, or cut Ukraine loose and focus on real American interests. Half-hearted support only prolongs the suffering while draining US resources.
Wow, those are some very strong arguments. But before we dive into the next round, don't forget to like, subscribe, and donate to the channel. Your contributions help us keep these great debates going. Now let's get to the rebuttal.
Oh, so you're proposing the US should just cut out the middleman and take on Russia directly? Bold move, but let's be real. That's a fast track to World War III, and I don't think anyone's got the stomach for that. Least of all the politicians who talk tough but flinch at real confrontation. Keeping Ukraine in the fight is the perfect setup for the US. Bleed Russia dry, weaken their military, and maintain global influence. All without putting American troops in body bags. It's the ultimate proxy war strategy, something the US has mastered since the Cold War. Direct involvement? That's a suicide pact disguised as patriotism. Now, if you're arguing that the US should stop supporting Ukraine altogether, then you're basically rolling out the red carpet for Putin to waltz into Kiev, embolden China over Taiwan, and destabilize Europe. You really want that chaos on your hands? Face it, supporting Ukraine is the best bad option. Unless, of course, you just really want a nuclear showdown. Your move.
Wow, there you have it. Both sides brought some compelling arguments to the table. Now it's your turn to decide. Drop a comment below, and let us know who you think won this debate. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and support the channel. Your contributions help us keep these great debates going.